Es que tu hermana me sorprendió con stripper.
Pero ignoraste la regla, pues.
Pensé que era inmigración porque vino de policía. Yo no lo contraté. O sea, solo no iba a decirle ahí que tu hermana iba a decir.
No.
It's actually quite crazy because you see, Anali tries to make a joke out of this. You know, she liked it. Literally, she was like, "Well, yeah, it was since the order of the stripper," and like I thought he was immigration because the way he was dressed. It's funny actually trying to make a joke out of it, to be honest with you. But before we get into the ins and outs of this whole segment here, please start off by hitting that like button and please do hit that subscribe button. Okay, right now we are on the road to 50k. Hopefully we can get there by the end of this month, you know what I mean? And I do know there's a lot of people that do watch the channel but sometimes don't subscribe. So if you know you're coming back, you're clearly coming back because you like me here, you know what I mean? So hit that subscribe button and help us grow. But with that being said though, let's dive into exactly what goes down with Anali and Clayton regarding this whole stripper situation.
Sabía que era una de las opciones que iba a pasar esto. Pero muchas veces no, aléjate, baila con Brandy. Y Brandy disfrutó mucho.
Pero aceptaste al fin.
I really do like Anali's efforts to deflect, to divert, you know, to be like, listen, the stripper came, but like, it was Brandy that was more involved, not me. Which obviously we know is a lie, but he doesn't know that, right? But here's the thing though. I feel like she's going to be in this position where no matter what she says, she's never going to win. No matter what she says, he's always going to have something to contest against. Why? Because he's insecure. Because he's a jealous person. And he's going to keep asking questions time and time again until he feels like he's got the reassurance that he needs. But this is the problem. Sometimes when you're somebody who's got insecurities and you're a jealous person, those reassurances will probably never be enough because you're always going to want them. Why? Because you live life on the edge in a bad way, not even in a good way. But hey, as you can see right now, he's like, she tells him that Brandy's the one that obviously, you know, was given in to the stripper. But then he's like, but in the end, you accepted it? You accepted it in the end? I can understand how that's relevant. But at the same time, though, is anything that she say ever going to be good enough for you in this situation? But let's continue.
Estuvimos en un carro de fiesta.
Yeah, okay. Pero no importa, aceptaste algo.
Es que fue muy vergonzoso para mí. ¿Es en serio? Porque eres realmente celoso y entonces estás, no sé, súper bailar, eso.
Okay, y él te tocó.
Let's all just process this whole death stare that he's doing right now. Absolute disgusting to watch, to be honest with you. I mean, listen. Yes, of course he touched her because I guess that was the situation, right? Do you know what it is? The issue that I have with Clayton is that Clayton, for me personally, he argues his points from the wrong point of view. That is my issue. If he felt like, if the argument that he had here, if his frustrations right now were based on the fact that he feels like as if his trust was broken, because he trusted to not have a stripper, even though it wasn't her that actually, you know, organized it. But let's say he also trusted her to not even be near one. If it came to it, fair enough. That's a different conversation, you know, because obviously if they've had this conversation and there's been a mutual agreement of trust, I understand it. But here's the thing though, they had the conversation, and in the conversation, to be fair, Annie walked away saying that she actually wanted a stripper. That's why she told Brandon to get her one anyway. This is something that he doesn't know right now. So his whole argument right now isn't based on what he knows. His argument is based on the fact that he's insecure and he's frustrated with the fact that she had one, right? So like I said before, if his argument was based on the fact that he's now lost trust with her, I can understand that. But his argument isn't based on that. His argument is based on jealousy and it's also based on insecurity. When you base your argument on jealousy and insecurity, you've already lost. Because every point that you make is pointless. And the reason being is because no matter what point he makes to try and prove a point to her, whatever response that she gives to him, unless it's her agreeing with him, he's not going to be happy. And even if she agrees with him, he's still not going to be happy. But there's a better chance of the conversation being shut down by her agreeing with him rather than her being defensive towards him. But we continue because there's more to it.
No sé, digo, de una vez ahora, ¿vas a continuar con lo mismo?
Y yo te pregunté una cosa, por favor, no strippers. Tú lloras. Yo.
Entonces, ¿cuál es la solución?
De nuevo, en este mundo, que eso pasa de nuevo.
To be fair, that's a good question though. What is the solution? Clayton is somebody, you know, sometimes when he has arguments about certain things or disputes about certain things, sometimes he has solutions, sometimes he really doesn't. So to be honest with you, he needs to explain, so what is the purpose of this? What's the end goal? And that's the thing, there isn't one. He hasn't got one. He's just pissed. And usually when people are pissed, they don't always think about what they actually want from a conversation, because all they want to do is just have an argument. They just want to vent. They want to let out everything. And in that situation, that's probably a situation where most people sit there and be like, you know what, just to shut you up, I'm just going to agree now. But obviously Anali isn't that kind of person. She's the kind of person that's going to keep going back and forth with him.
Entonces tú fuiste por el baño de nuevo. This is just ridiculous, man. I can't even talk, dude. Hey, so this whole ordeal with the stripper thing is like literally making Anali pack up her suitcase. Like she is actually, because I'm upset over the fact that
before we even continue, he's talking about how she's packing up because this whole ordeal with the stripper thing. No. She's packing up because she has tried to have a conversation with you, but you keep like literally talking to her like she's trash. Like the amount of anger and aggression he's used to speak to her hasn't been nice to watch. It hasn't been pleasant. So it's interesting how he thinks that she's walking away because of the stripper ordeal. No, she's walking away because of the way you are conducting yourself. You are not conducting yourself as somebody that loves her. You're not conducting yourself in somebody that's going to marry her literally within 24 hours. You are conducting yourself as this paranoid, insecure, jealous, crazy person. But hey, Clayton won't take accountability right now. Why? Because he's too much in his own feelings.
you guys had a stupid stripper, this stupid bachelorette party.
Go in there and give her a hug and tell her that you love her and that you'll get through it.
I should not be apologizing or taking any responsibility for something that I'm, what I think you are giving me them, and I'm responding, and that's just how conversations work.
We don't have to be a smart ass.
Creo que Clayton va a continuar con esto siempre y no es
Not having a wedding tomorrow, and she's packing her suitcase.
no quiero esto para mi vida.
But here's the thing though, this is how naive Clayton can be. Throughout this season, we've seen Anali sometimes say certain things that implies that, you know, I will leave you if this happens, I will leave you if that happens. Or each time they have an argument, she's always in this position where she wants to always walk away. The fact that she's always walking away from any argument, any dispute, any conversation that they have that she doesn't want to have is a big sign that she's not here to stay. Somebody that's always going to walk away is giving you evidence that when shit gets even harder, they're not going to be here. They're going to be quick to run. So the fact that she keeps doing this and he's not reading into that is actually quite sad. He's too busy having a whole hoo-ha, a whole argument, a whole situation with the way she's, how can I put it? He's too much in his own feelings that he's not even seeing the actual signs that he should be seeing. And the biggest sign that he's not seeing that he should be seeing is the fact that Anali's the kind of person that's always going to choose flight over fight. She's never going to choose to fight to stay. She's always going to choose the idea of running away. She's done that throughout the whole way. The pattern has been there. The fact that he still wants to marry her is more concerning with the fact that she wants to marry him personally. He should have been like, you know what, this woman isn't for me because she never wants to have conversations that we need to have. But guess what? He sticks around anyway. So if anything, if he wants to really ever look at anyone and to look at anyone being the wrong person in this relationship, he has to look at himself. Because damn, he's obviously in it for the wrong reasons if you ask me personally. Most people would have walked away by now.
Lo celoso y enfadado que es Clayton con este tema. Él siempre ha sido así y por eso es que me da miedo vivir un futuro con esto, se sentir tan mal que lo único que quiero es irme a mi país y no volver más.
I want to know why she hasn't gone back yet, to be honest with you. Like, why hasn't she? She's always talking about it. Just go then, buy, leave.
No pensé que un día antes de mi boda iba a estar así. Mejor es que duerma yo en otra habitación para poder pensar mejor las cosas.
Anali, so much. I don't want some stripper breaking us apart after we've already been through so many things.
Bro, like, you're the person, you are legit the person that made this an issue. If you never spoke this whole time, if you never made the whole stripper thing into a big issue, you wouldn't be here. You can't have this whole, you can't project all this madness and then sit there and then be upset that you've now caused this issue. No, not even that, just act as if like, Clayton is hard work, freaking hard work.
I didn't spend...
Quiero pensar.
Estás asustándome ahora.
It's funny though, isn't it? He talks about how you're scaring me because she's looking to potentially leave. I mean, listen, if anyone's being scary, it's been him this whole freaking episode. You know, the way he has conducted himself, the way he has spoken himself, the way he's given her death stares, the way he has not raised his voice, but the way he has made his voice into like this dominating, scary voice, all that kind of stuff. His body language has been horrible. His demeanor has been disgusting. But it's okay though, because he's the one that's now being scared. Yeah. The fact is though, we're dealing with two people who don't know how to take accountability. So we're dealing with a situation where Clayton will happily have conversations as needed, but will never take accountability where he may be wrong. Meanwhile, he's dealing with a woman now who always run away from these conversations. So therefore, she doesn't take accountability either. These two never get to a point where there's like, okay, I'm sorry. Neither one of them get to that point. Both of them are very defiant. Like I said before, the biggest sign of them not working has been there since day one. And that's a sign that each time they have a conversation, she always runs away. I feel like she needs to really learn to put this guy in his place more. I feel like he needs that. He needs someone to put him in his place. And not, you know, someone's going to say to him, listen, I don't know who the hell you think you are, but no, we ain't doing this. That's what he needs. Tough love. He definitely hasn't got it from his mother, that's for sure. You know what I mean? But nonetheless, though, don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.